Hello and welcome to Train Symbiotic, and this is my first video from Warley of 3. Today is all the news which I have found, which I find interesting. And then tomorrow we're having my top 10, 11 layouts, and then Monday we'll have my 360 of the show before it's open. So let's go have a wander around and see what there is. I have multiple microphones so that I can actually have a conversation with anyone who has something interesting. So let's start the title and have a wander. So the first one I have found, which I like, this has been awkward with the light. First one I have found is Dcc Concepts. We all know I like them. And they have these new lights. These will work with a system I demonstrated a few months ago. But these are really nice, high quality lights. So these are easy to install. I like the details in these, and they look like LEDs, so that's the main thing for announcing here. So here we are at Wwscenic, as you can see here, and they've got some really lovely new leaves. You can see they're tiny. They're designed to be placed on the tree, and they have a good selection of colours. I've got to be careful here. My camera really isn't doing justice at the moment, but this is a nice new product. Just give you that little bit extra detail to your diorama. So I'm now in the Bachmann stand, and there's the lovely new 009 logo. That looks really nice. It's amazing the little details on these. Then we've got 37 bodies, and they even have a Dcc in N. It's amazing the amount of detail that's going into these logos. So quite interesting. If you're a Bachmann member, you get access to this at this show and Ali Pally. Okay, so I have now decided to annoy the lovely people at Wwscenic, and I've got Martin here.
Hello.
They have this new system which is a wireless system to control all your accessories. So I had a little chat earlier, and I was told that this is a plug and play system, whereabouts you program it on your PC.
Yeah, so the programming is already done, sorry to be technical. You configure it basically. So you decide that given a certain input, such as a switch moving, you decide whether you want lights to change, servos to move, lights to come on, and so on. So you can do just simple one for one. So I move this switch, the servo moves, and when I move the switch back, it moves back again. Or you can decide that you want to move several things at once. So if I move this one, if that was a crossover, then obviously both sides of the crossover would change. At the same time, we can set up our mimic panel. You don't obviously clearly have to have it set out like this. You can see there's one that's actually for this layout next to me. You'll notice that when I change the switch, I can make the lights change to reflect the servos.
Okay, thank you very much. Roughly, I can see the answer there, so it's going to be about 350 to get started.
Correct.
And then you pay for additional accessories.
That's exactly it.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is something I potentially will buy myself eventually.
Okay.
So it's both offering analog and digital.
There'll be an analog version, which is what you're seeing here today.
Yep.
There'll be a digital version. Good things about this, you've got like simulation. That's you can have that with or without. Every track can have it with or without. Bluetooth, fully wireless. Add extension boxes, so that can do up to 10 tracks wirelessly. Everything's customizable, all the names, speed variations. It's all encoder, contactless magnet, so it can never wear out unless you're 1,000 years old, it might do. One of the features is the accessories are digital.
Oh, that's good.
If we want to, so for analog users, they can add a digital accessories to their existing layout or layout they're building. It doesn't have to be point motors, it can be signals, it can be sound.
And
It's got various modes of, as you can see, the accessories there. It's not, you can change the type of pictures that you're using. So it can be on, off, so it can be signals. There is a whole host of graphics you can have. The amperage gauge for every track, as you can see there, shows you what your loco's doing. It's got a fuel mode as well, where you get a fuel gauge, when that gauge runs out, your loco stops and you have to refuel it.
oh, that's very good.
You can vary that from 2 minutes to 99 minutes. You also have the options to have what's called a yard mode. You can see it there. That'll make it so that it's a centre-off controller.
Yep.
So some people like it to change direction with the control knob. So old school way, but people still like that. So put that in there.
Okay, thank you.
Is that enough?
Yep, so here we are at Dapol. Some nice samples. I've been told that there are some new bits. But these locos look nice. Oh, those look like nice locos. Nice wagons. They're saying that there's new bits down here which look pretty cool. I know I don't do N, but that's quite good. So that looked like everything, but I'll just check. I might be back in a second. So I've snuck along to Cavalex Models, these people here, and they have some lovely new locos here, and some nice wagons. Yeah, I like those little tanks. I think these are for people that my brother-in-law think are brilliant. So some really nice models, and let's carry on. Okay, so I found this new company. First time at the show, and these look amazing. We all know I have a nasty Metcalf addiction. These lovely people might be the next one. You can see the amazing detail and just something complete, just that's next step along. Those sheds look good. I liked that garage, and this looked like quite an interesting thing. So these are for people. Give a quick look for them. So a quick look around Revolution trains. These look amazing. Look at the detail in there, the curtains. Then you've got your nuclear flask. Oh, those look amazing for class 180s. No, 1.8. They then have some nice engage bits. So no new announcement, but they did have another wagon coming out. I do think that that's amazing. So here we are at the Rapido UK stand, and I've managed to go and grab Andy, the operation manager. So what's new for Warley this year then?
So we've got 6 announcements for Warley this year. 2 in N-gauge, so we have scaled down our 00 gauge OAA open wagon down into N. That's been much requested for the sort of the 70s and 80s modelers, and perfect to go with the 44 we've got coming up. We were obviously very well known for producing the LNER dynamometer car in Dapol, and we have scaled that down into N. So we've got a little 3D print of the bodywork there.
That's amazing.
That's going to be fantastic. Will be available in 4 liveries, the 3 historic liveries. We're also going to do a spoof What If RTC blue and red livery on it as well,
nice.
to go with our spoof 28 we did, so that will be quite good. Moving over into Dapol, we've got a Northeastern Railway Y7 that we've just announced, Northeastern Railway H-Class LNER Y7. I used to drive this engine in preservation, so it's a bit of a personal project for me. We've got some new wagons. We've got a LMS diagram 1666 open. These were the most numerous wagons ever produced by a British Railway company. There were more of these wagons built to this design than the Southern had in the entire wagon stock, so it was a phenomenally large number. So every modeller should have about 10 of those, honestly, and they were found everywhere across the network. We've also got a new set of coaches coming out in the form of an E140 Great Western Railway B set. So they're a 2-coach pack. They'll be available in Great Western and the BR liveries. And then to complement that, we've just started work and just announced a new 45XX pannier tank, along with the 4575 variant, along with the 44XX variant, which was the predecessor to it. So 6 announcements, all very exciting. It's going to be a busy year for us.
Okay, thank you very much. And I do love your locos. I'm looking forward to getting my layout to a state where I'm about to come run my APTE.
Fabulous.
Thanks very much. So this is for Hornby Exclusive, which actually look quite cool. So let's have a bit of a wander on.
Production 92s, they are the finished examples. These are from the production line. You have the tinted windscreens that you can see here, they're fully ready to go. They're just arriving into stock now in the UK, so we need about 2-ish weeks to get them dispatched. We have all the packaging over in the background there that you'll be able to see.
Yep.
You have all the lift shifts, you've got a bilingual guide, you have all limited editions. We also work with Browser, Sheffield and KRmodels for their limited editions. In the centre here, you have the Class 89, you have the first EP. So this is the test that we do to make sure the moulds work, to make sure it's accurate, to make sure it's looking nice and operating well. This is the first step before we do a paint example. We do all the pre-production testing and bits and pieces of that, which is going well. We have the decorated 37s below. So again, this is the same process here above, but these are fully functioning samples. You can see here we've got the roof that lifts off for all the Dcc speakers, different decoders. There's many learnings from the delting in here, so the chains, they fit into this locomotive chassis, the detail lugs are better fitted, so there shouldn't be any issues we had before. We then have our FNA. It's the tooling sample we've got here. This is now, for our review, we're now moving to the decorated sample stage, which will be soon. Underneath we have the RTC Mark IIs, you then have the TPE Mark Vs, and the HO and the HOs. TPE Mark Vs will be here around Christmas. It depends on how we get on with customs and things like that, how quickly they come out. Up the top here we have again another production 92. This is our exclusive 92010, which is the one that's set up to work with the Mark Vs, and then all the Mark Vs you see here are the finished production samples. For the Caledonian ones, they'll be in stock in around 2 to 3 weeks' time. They'll be dispatching soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, so I've got the lovely people from KRmodels. So what's new and what do you want to show off today then?
Well, spoilt for choice. Right, what do you want first? So, obviously the existing stuff, which is the GT3s, which we have, the Concepts, the PAL bricks, with a real PAL brick also in the hall. And then we have the DHP1, the first EP sample of the Bellerophon.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that is a beautiful 060. It's taken us a long time to perfect the gearing on it, but it's definitely getting there. And then on the other side, we have the first EP sample of the 4DD.
So what area would that top rated?
Sorry, say again.
Where would it top rated?
So that's a Southern Region EMU.
Oh, nice.
And then we have the Southern Region Leader.
Yep.
And then we have the Hunslet Bobo, which ran with the torpedo wagon. These are still active and live in Scunthorpe Steelworks right now.
Oh, that's good. Okay, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Okay, so I found something, a nice new toy from Loco Decon. Did I say that correctly? Is that the name? Lodicon at DCC Train Automation. This is a new wireless controller still being developed for what I need, but this is nice in the hand, nice controller. It will work with the ECOS eventually, but really nice little system. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you to everybody who have given me their time. DCC Train Automation got some quite interesting things coming, and they allow me to have a quick play with that controller. So join me tomorrow for my top 11 layouts. Thank you to everybody who organised the show and allowed me early access. Thank you everybody, see you all next time. Thank you very much, Richard.